There were a few final papers that I started reading and I was blown away. I thought, with this magnitude of transformation, with this magnitude of growth, you are already incredible. Imagine the tools and the resources that you have to use in the workforce now. And some of you are just blowing through leadership doors, really introducing these concepts and these ideas, and they are so original. There's acronyms with some of them. There are, just ways to incorporate diversity and inclusion, and in so many different ways that you've grown with different awareness. So I don't want you to stop that growing just because you're leaving this course. Keep reading, keep opening your mind, and keep expanding what it is that you can influence and change in the workforce. I wanted to talk briefly as you head out of this course about my experiences in Mexico, and I promise I'll try to sum it up in just a couple minutes. But we started doing mission work there probably 20 years ago, but we started specifically working at a medical clinic, Mabel's Free Clinic in Nuevo Progreso, Mexico. And my husband and I take mission teams down there, and we take nurses, doctors, EMTs, RNs, and we work at the clinic and we provide precancer screening, we do eye surgeries, any type of care that the people there, indigenous and migrants from Central America, whatever they do not have access to, we provide that at the clinic. So it's a free service. And so we're a nonprofit and we're funded by private donations. And so we go down there, we take teams down there. But it was the first time 7 years ago that I really started working with politicians and doctors in another country. And the complexities of, if you're an MBA student, this is going to ring a bell, the complexities of understanding that in that dimension, right, there's different legal systems, there's different business systems, there's different economic systems. And so you really have to figure out how to navigate. But what I want to share with you with Dr. Eva Lilia is she has become a really good friend of mine. And we've become really close. We've grown. We've been through the ups and downs, and God has really transformed us over the last 7 years. But we're close friends now. But that didn't come easy. We went through an immense amount of conflict because we didn't understand each other. Translating programs that didn't translate our interpretations correctly and our meanings. And so we began to doubt the other person. We were in conflict because we thought they were saying something entirely different. And I've seen it literally dismantle entire nonprofit organizations on the border because they're all in conflict, especially our American Texans on the other side. They are very ethnocentric, and they believe that the way that they do it is the way that everybody should do it, and that they have to go over the border and teach them how to do something because they aren't able to help themselves. And that's a real sad misnomer, and it's a bias and an assumption. Just because their corporate and their business and economic systems are different does not mean it is not effective. And I have watched Dr. Eva Lilia work through, because of the history in their nation, her power her special power is in her relationships and her networking. And so you see how they build relationships with people instead, because they can trust in those relationships, and they create favors for each other across the government, across the political platform, across health inspection. I've seen it time and time again over the last 7 years, how those relationships have opened doors for us at the medical clinic. It didn't work the way it works in the US. It's not going to, it probably never will, because it's their own country, right? Mexico has their own country. They have their own ideas. They have a collectivist society. It's very hierarchical. It's very class-based. There's a lot of, high power distance relationships, but it's very collectivist. And so the way that they do things is how they get things done. It's just different. And I've seen Americans walk away because they can't understand why people just won't get on board with how they want to do things. And I share this with you to take with your teams that are working cross-culturally, right, with any type of diversity. We all think differently. And so we have to begin to change our mind about how we look at that situation and be open to the idea that the way that Sally or Joe or Carlos is doing something is because of what they bring to the table. So take a moment and think about, will their way of doing it If Sally does it a different way, will her way be one that will allow us to get through these problems, to find solutions, to find a competitive advantage, to find a different market? And so Dr. Eva Lilia has found a way to make things happen in her country. And that's how that system is. It's very under the table. It's very different than what we're used to. But if you get on board and you start participating, you start moving mountains because you've figured out how to navigate in that different culture, in that different foreign country. And so I want to share that with you, that I hope you continue to keep learning and to keep, seeing that the way that other people at the table do things could be the right way, the right solution to solve this problem. I've managed to ramble on enough. I'll end the video here. But I am so excited about your journey. I wish that I could be a mouse in your pocket and see how things go for you over the next couple of years. You're going to do great things with your degree. And each of you, I see special gifts and special talents, and you're going to use those in the workplace to make a difference in the world. And I wish you the very best. As we say in Mexico, gracias a Dios, we thank everything to God, and vaya con Dios. So I will be praying that you walk with God and that He just does amazing things in your journey. Take care.